little internal dialogue I'm having this morning is really around fear. Once again, it's that whole conversation of, doing the disciplines, the physical disciplines and things like that to help me face my fears, which are usually around the things that I'm going after or trying to create, or any vulnerability I'm going to experience as I do things that have to do with me evolving, right? Essentially, doing things outside of my comfort zone. The more eyeballs, the bigger the platform, the bigger the stage, the bigger the more naturally your human nature will want you to hesitate, because the farther the fall from grace would be, or so at least it feels or it seems while it's in your head, right? But those types of things have never really slowed me down. What slowed me down is all the little micro hesitations and procrastinations that happen on a daily basis, on an hourly basis, as I take my time descending into battle over things that I want or must have, but do have healthy fear or respect for, right? So a task I don't necessarily want to do, I might put it off a few times before I hit it, right? But fortunately, I've been on this path for a while, and what I'm starting to realize is, I've been learning how to be productive and powerful with fear coursing through my veins, because I've never not been afraid. Ever since the first time I had to fight a bully, I've been afraid. I've been afraid most of my life. I've just learned that I use fear for fuel, right? And I've learned that if I'm not afraid of it, it's probably not really worth my time. I'll do it, but I'll run right through it. The things I'm afraid of, yeah, those are great things. Those are dragons worth killing, right? So I've learned how to have this very functional and actually empowering relationship with fear. And that's what I usually talk about, trying to get other people to also be able to benefit from. But now I'm starting to kind of evolve that into this other conversation. And I'm sharing this with you guys, so maybe it'll help you as well, which is like, dude, you've been afraid for a long time. Where's the accuracy in it? You know what I mean? Like, what times were you afraid where the thing you feared happened and it was like Armageddon, it was like the end of the world, that's never actually happened. The question begins to kind of unfold more. It's well, what is this fear that you're always having to work with or having to manage that's coursing through your veins as you ride into these battles? It's is it even real? Is that false evidence appearing real? Fear is the most motivating thing in the world to me, because it makes me prepare. It makes me rigorously go back over myself and scrutinize myself, because I know the battlefield will test my character, so I have to test it before I get there, right? And my integrity, that's going to be done first in the crucible if you're going to hold up in combat, right? So I sit here and now I'm sitting here well, I'm afraid of these things that I have to create, and comfort zones I have to move myself out of, and operation tempo that I'm maintaining, and conversations I have to have. And now that I've been on the path for a while, I feel like God's why? When has it been a bloodbath? When have you ridden off into battle? And even when you've failed, has it been catastrophic? Even when you've lost, when has it been, And I'm feeling this is starting to peak. I'll keep fear close, because fear is healthy to keep you humble and aware that you can die any given day, But there's this realization that's taking place due to the evolution of the experiential information that's driving kind of an evolution in my thinking around the relationship with fear, because I've been trying to chase potential for so many years, and so many things have required so much growth. We've only ever gotten stronger because we've done those things. That's always been the outcome, Whether we win or we lose, we get stronger because we've done those things. So then Is the fear real, necessary, and all of these things? And starting to realize that there's a fearless approach to life that has to do with humility rather than fear. And it's an amazing place to start to get to. And I just wanted to talk to you guys through that conversation I'm having with myself, because the quality of your life will depend on the quality of the conversations you have with yourself inside your head, the quality of the conversations you're having in your mind. But just to hopefully put something out there for some of you guys, that'll make your Monday better. All right, y'all. I'll see you out there in the big game.